I've got this fear, and I've been smoking, and I'm talking into the microphone on the headphones now, so we'll see. Uh, but it's one of those things again where this confluence of like of images, and I'll probably get emotional because it's hard to be honest about personal things. Because like all my support system, like even Kelsey, like I don't want to hear about wife stuff. It's like I can't talk to people about anything. And I get synchronistically led around the internet, and then like my fears projected. So I was like, oh yeah. And so I'll see things, and like because it's like time space. There's like you know several images that then like appear simultaneously. That like if you can imagine, each image is a plate, right? I'll see something, and there's all this stuff implied symbolically, and then in between I'll typically project like my fear that typically the symbol looks like a cross. And I've started to like look at Aurora, right? And after Lana Del Rey got married to Jeremy, I heard her little speech or whatever about uh, Jack Antonoff being an inspiration because of the way he looked at is her name Marguerite? I'll stop pretending like I don't know these fucking people's names. I hear a person's name on the street once. 10 years later, remember that much. And when I look at Aurora and start to project like all this stuff happening around me and these feelings that I can't see my face, but I become aware I'm looking pretty stupid as far as like how it makes me feel and excited. And when I projected those things onto Elizabeth Grant, like you I get lost in the feelings, right? But I did that to Kelsey too, like in May of 2022 when I first started projecting, like we'd be in the laundry room or basement. I'm like projecting Courtney Love on her, like all these people like simultaneously have these conversations about like you were trying to kill me. and, and we had this conversation in our car one time. We were going to the store, and because Kelsey was very helpful as far as like, she's grounded in Christian Science. That was her background, and she dabbled in witchcraft when she was a child. She whispered that one time. She annoys the shit out of me, but like anyway. And so I'm telling her like within these projections I do, like now I feel like this weird energy, like I'm supposed to have sex with you. Like, and anyway, we talked all that out, and obviously now I mean I still go over more her law. Do you pull the weeds? It, and so anyway, it was a window into like when you project, like it's hard to not like the emotions to get tied up into it, right? Like, but you can work through that, and then like how like the immersion when you're projecting, like you don't embody it as much, so you don't get so attached to like the vessels. But I mean that's easier said than done, right? Because you go in and out of these moments as you're like talking to him or her like it's you. right? And so sometimes you're not sure what's what until time passes, and then like the beauty of perspective, right? But in the moment, like, we're just trying to do the best we can. And so that being said, I watch a couple of Aurora videos, and like this is exactly why I would like YouTube search Lana Del Rey stuff on like incognito tab, because now like the goddamn YouTube algorithm, like all this shit, right? And I'm seeing like all this content that I wasn't aware of, right? And everything she says, like everybody else, if I'm like looking close enough, is really reflective of my experience in that moment. And I don't know, I happened to watch some video from a few months ago where she talks about sympathizing with the Grinch. And I don't know, just looking at her and imagining being with her, it is hard to put into words how it makes me feel, because I won't be able to speak. It's, it's the dude that was interviewing her. Anyway, they had a good connection, and then of course the algorithm showed, oh, look at this one from fucking 9 years ago, and I didn't. Because when you start to like realize how long people have been holding you in their heart and like making attempts, like that's something that I can relate to, and not just like on personal levels, but just trying to like get out a message of love like to anybody that needs it. And the guy asked her about legacy, and and her response revolved around like, when she's gone, like people to remember her, and all these things. And it really reminded me of a fear that I have of like what will be done to us, or what we've done to others will be done to us. And like it's this shadow of Jesus thing, because just at the moment people realize how special he was, he went away. And I've had this fear that that's what's going to happen to me. And it's like, it's rooted in Leah and Rachel, and Lilith and Eve, and this like back and forth of like, it's just too hard to talk about. Like, as soon as I get, it's gonna leave. And it reminds me of, like, the last Temptation of Christ too. Like when freaking Big Dick, uh, what's his face? Who's that actor? That thing on the internet about they're filming some movie that had to like cover up his dick because it was like making people uncomfortable because it's abnormally hard. William Dafoe. I gotta describe his penis and imagine. Oh yeah, I know who that is. I know that actor. And anyway, there's that scene in that movie, Last Temptation of Christ, which is a bizarre. It's like, why am I even here? People just should watch that movie. It's like, he finally gets to Mary Magdalene, and then she dies like while they're having intercourse, right? Like the angel comes along, who's really Lucifer, like, oh, turn a little say, but like, because it's like conceptualized as a hive mind, like everybody, they're all rooted in the same thing, so everybody's speaking the same, and it's this really weird feeling, it's like that hive mind episode of Rick and Morty. There's there's this emptiness to it, because you can talk to anybody and expect it's getting to where it's going to go. Like, I don't know. So anyway, I have this fear then, and I'm watching that video that, you know, Aurora is gonna die or whatever. I've got all these weird things overlaid, and I've always seen both of us disappearing. That's what I would hope. Both of us disappear together. Because, like in Revelation, the two witnesses prophesize and then they appear to be dead, and there's this big thing, but it just would be nice to be gone for years. And there's this foundation laid by everybody else, and I need to heal, but I don't know. Again, there's this fear in me that like this news is going to break that I see this whole stupid thing of like, she's dead and it looks like I did it, and then I got to go through all this stuff and talk, and then like, I'll disappear too, but like, and I hate it because it's like, I feel like it's going to, the more I fear it, like that's what's going to happen. And this idea of like, I'll be really emotional. Like even if you're really certain about things, until there's still the dialectic split, right? And like you have to walk the narrow path, you have to like weigh each both certainly, and that, and when you're in the now, you're on the path narrowly. So it's like they're both real and not. The cat is both alive and dead in the box. I just would rather be with her and not have to think that that's so that this happens. I don't know. But again, my fear is that this is stupid and I hate it here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But the life of Israel, like, or Jacob, it's like I've already done these. I've already paid for these things. You know what I mean? You have to work for the first person you meet, and their dad lies about it. They have to bury the other one. They work more. That she dies. All your little kids are little fucking bitches. And it's like all I see is the same thing playing out over and over. And then just me be punished for the ways that I try to like pull myself out of it over time. And like, I don't know, I woke up this time and it's like, I thought I already like made sure they didn't have to hurt. Like that was what I bought. And then it's like, no, I have to, because I did it to everyone else and I gotta, I don't know, I don't know.